Hello YouTube, so today I'm going to be going over the Thunder Dragon Sky Striker deck profile that I will be using for the for some of my live streams and for the local legend. Yeah, that's what it is, local legend thing. So yeah, there's the reason that hasn't come out yet. I found it like 3 weeks ago, but like I can't it's just taking so long to, so sorry about that. But yeah, let's get straight into the deck profile. Starting off, we play 2 Roar because with Roar you can discard it's to add back a Thunder Dragon card, which is really nice for Fusion because you have an infinite combo basically with those two. And also, if it's sent from the field to the graveyard or banished, you can special a Thunder Dragon monster from your deck, which is most of the time going to be dark, which is really nice. But yeah, this card is phenomenal. I wouldn't put it at anything lower than 2 because like it's such a good card. Didn't put it at 3 because it bricks, but 1 would just feel like 1, 2, 1 not enough, I guess. After that, Hawk, 1 Hawk. This is okay. It's not great, but it's fine. This card, if you wanted to replace it for like a duo or like one of those other cards, that would probably be okay as well. It's fine, but it's not like the best thing in the world. So yeah, you can discard it to special a Thunder Dragon, or Thunder Dragon monster from your graveyard to your field, and then if it's banished or sent from the field to the graveyard, you can mulligan your hand, which is really nice. It's fine. If you wanted to put it 2, that would be okay too, just because that would give you more special summons, which is something that this field, this deck really needs. Like, it does not have much board presence at all. 2 of Thunder Dragon Dark, you can discard it to add another one of it from your deck to your hand. If it's sent from the field to the graveyard or banished, you can add a Thunder Dragon card from your deck to your hand, which most of the time is going to be the Fusion. I'm highly considering putting this at 3, like really highly, because like this card is kind of insane. Because you can chain block with it, which is really nice when you're activating Ray, so you can chain block Ray, and it's just all around a really nice card. So yeah, after that we play 3 of the regular Thunder Dragon. If you're not playing 3 of this, then I don't really know what you're doing with the deck, because like this card is insane. It allows you to have discard material if you need that for like Super Poly or something like that. You can discard it twice to pop 2 cards on the field through Titan. It allows you to like have your material in the graveyard through Titan. It counts as a Thunder monster. It's just like it's really good. You really need to play it. That's all I've got to say about that. It's amazing. 2 Matrix. This was all I found that the deck needed. So you could put this at 3 as well, because it is another one like Dark that helps you to chain block, but only if you already have a Thunder Dragon monster on the field. So it says you can, if it's sent from the field to the graveyard, you can, or if it's banished, you can add a Thunder Dragon Matrix directly from your deck to your hand, or if you have in your hand, you can quick effect discard this card to target a Thunder Dragon monster or a Thunder monster you control. It gains 500 attack, and that's pretty okay as well. So yeah, that I'm thinking of playing this at 3 and later Thunder Dragon Sky Striker builds, just because there are a few other options that I'm considering playing for the Thunder Dragon portions. But yeah, the last card is for the Thunder Dragon portion is Fusion, because this card is nuts. There's so many ways in this deck to get to the graveyard and get Search Effect off that is actually like nuts. This card is like, if there was an MVP card, this would be it. This is amazing, like nuts. You can target you can activate Area 0 and then send this card to the graveyard, and then on the next turn get a search. You can send it through Forest Burial Goods. You can set it and then send it to the graveyard through Area 0. Like, there's so many ways to get this card to the graveyard. That's not even funny. If you're drawing this and it's a brick, then you bricked hard, like really hard. So yeah, that's about it for the Thunder Dragon lineup. Moving on to the Sky Striker portion, we play 3 Ray because this card's nuts. It just allows you to get your plays started. It's the one normal summon of the deck that I chose, and it allows you to basically search any of your Sky Striker cards twice per turn, once through Shizuku and once through Kugari and Hayate. So yeah, after that, for the other Sky Striker cards, we play Vector Blast, because this card allows you to mill 2 and then send shuffle of your opponent's monsters and the extra monster zones into the deck, which can be very nice. And a thing to be aware of with this card though is that it mills both yours and your opponent's cards, so that can actually help them as well. Just keep that in mind whenever you're activating this card, especially like if it's on the first turn, because it can help you if you have like this card and like I don't know, Shark Cannon, because you can activate this card, mill 2 of your opponent's cards, and then see what they're playing, banish a monster off of Shark Cannon, and yeah, so it can be pretty good. So yeah, 2 Afterburners because this card's pretty good. The only problem with it is that it's not a quick effect, or else I would probably be playing 3, because like that destroying it is like pretty good. Like even if destroying isn't as good in today's meta games as it normally is, like destroying is still pretty relevant. Like you can still, there's still like a lot of cards like I don't know, Appaloosa and like that kind of stuff that don't have targeting protection that you can just destroy. After that, we play a Hornet Drones. Hornet Drones, okay, this card is very interesting. Before, I actually cut this to 1 at one point in time. Or no, not cut this to 1. I actually didn't play this, and instead I played the other Sky Striker monsters, Sky Striker Ace Rose. This card is just better. Straight up. Like, so the reason that this card is better, like, okay, I guess they're both better in different situations, because like if you afterburners them, then you can bring back Rose. But with this card, it's a quick effect, so you can activate it during your opponent's turn. So you can Topologic Boros them, and then activate drones to banish their entire field on their turn, which is like nuts. I mean, you do banish your field as well, but like banishing your opponent's field on your opponent's turn, that's pretty crazy. Also, I found like whenever I had Rose in my hand, Hornet Drones was just better. Like, I just wanted to have Hornet Drones more, because you don't even need to normal summon this card. Like, the theory behind Rose was that you can normal summon Ray, and then activate Rose to special summon herself, but the Hornet Drones you can just special summon it. And like, it fills, if you have Hornet Drones and Ray, Hornet Drones, normal Ray, like, this card, in my opinion, is just a lot better. So yeah, after that, 1 Shark Cannon. This card didn't actually come up as much, but when it did, this card was amazing. This card was like, sorry, got something in like the back of my throat. This card was like incredible. Like, you can, I'm pretty sure you can, it's like another Coldbriar the Grave, which is like really, really nice. I mean, you have to have no monsters in your main monster zone, but like even still, like, it's such a good card because you can just like banish your opponent's cards during your opponent's turn, and like they can't. I guess they could try to like, yeah. It's just it allows you to get monsters on the board. So I guess same with Afterburners, but like banishing your opponent's Orcus monsters or something like that is like crucial. It's so good. 2 Widow Anchor. I did consider running 3, but there wasn't that much deck space, and I found that like this can brick sometimes, and most of the time you only want to really have 1 because you can just bring it back through Kagari, and yeah. So this card is definitely like very, very good, and you should not cut it. But like, I wouldn't put it at 3, I guess. So yeah, the nice thing about this is that you can set it because it's a quick effect and then activate it during your opponent's turn, and that's like a really nice interaction to like, I don't know, Hockey 5Rex or something like that. And then, yeah. So then after that we play the 1 multi-roll and the 2 area 0. So multi-roll is really nice because your opponent has to like ash it or something, not really ash it, but like do something about it, or else your effects, all of your spell effects just go off. That includes like your Thunder Dragon Fusion and that kind of, and like your other spells. So like, yeah. And then it also allows you to get your cards into the graveyard. You can reset your Sky Striker spells. It's nuts. Whenever I saw this in my opening hand, and like any Sky Striker spell, like I just like pretty much outright just won the game because like it's a crazy card. 2 area 0s. This card's another like insane like card. Allows you to get your cards into the graveyard. You can chain Ray to it. You can get your Thunder Dragon cards to the graveyard. You can like basically just, it almost allows you to like search your Sky Striker spells. I mean, they have to be on the top of the deck, but like still, like it's so good. And then if it's destroyed, if it's sent to the graveyard, so it doesn't even have to be destroyed. If it's sent to the graveyard, you can special array from your deck. Like, it's so good. It's so good. So yeah. So another thing to keep in mind, this deck actually has a lot of chain blocking capabilities. So you noticed like before, you had Matrix and Stark that had chain blocking abilities. Of course, Stark had the better chain blocking abilities because you can literally just discard it to add another one of itself. You don't even have to have a Thunder Monster in the field, but some of these actually help with chain blocking as well. Like, for example, Widow Anchor, Shark Cannon, and Hornet Drones, because they are quick effects, and especially like Ray as well. Like, you can normal Ray and then like activate the effect that you want to go off, chain Ray to special out your Sky Striker card, and they can't like ash it or anything like that. So like that's really, really nice. So yeah, that is the Sky Striker portion of the deck. Okay, second to last portion, we're going on the hand traps. 3 draw and 3 no material. Realistically, these could be any 6 hand traps. Personally, I was going for Infinite Impermanence and Ash Blossom, but they are definitely out of my price range. I did not have $40 to spend on a card when I was making this deck, and even now that they're like $20, like I still can't afford that. And Ash Blossom is like even $10, and like I just cannot afford that. So I had Droll and Lockbird sitting around, so I was like, okay, we'll just add that, and it's still pretty good in the meta against like Dragon Link. And then no material is okay as well. I got it from the Gold Shark 10, so I was like, okay, it's okay. You can use it against like Hockey 5Rex. And so yeah, that is the hand trap lineup. So lastly, for the cards, we have a Terraforming, Force Burial, Mind Control, Monster Reborn, and Terraforming. Alright, so these cards. Terraforming is really good. You don't want to have a Terraforming and you don't want to be playing 3 Area 0 and 1 Terraforming, because you can already get access to Area 0, and with Terraforming, this is better than just playing 3 Area 0, because if you brick and you have terraforming and area 0, it's better than having area 0, because you can just set the terraforming, activate the area 0, activate area 0 targeting the terraforming, and then add any of your Sky Striker spells, or actually any of your Sky Striker cards, which is really nice. So these 3 cards were actually never supposed to be in the deck. They were all supposed to be the evenly matched. But that was another card that I was looking at the price and I was like, yeah, $15. I still can't afford that. Like, yeah. So these were all cards that I was like, okay, so these are pretty good. Mind Control is good. It's a going second card, so it didn't really take the place of evenly matched, but it kind of like, it was another just going second card that was okay. You have Monster Reborn, which is okay. So I was thinking of playing Hawk, and then I was like, no, Monster Reborn would be better, because you can reborn your Sky Striker cards, particularly Kagari, and then Kagari can get its effect off, and like it's just but it's more versatile than Hawk, I would say. And you can also, like, if you brick like to the absolute maximum, you can, at the very least, you can set it, activate your area 0 to send it to the graveyard, and that's fine. Foolish Burial is good as well. You can send like so most of the time you don't want to send your Sky Striker Ace Ray, because she doesn't get her effect off unless you already have a Sky Striker card on the field. So most of the time it's not worth it unless you have like Foolish Burial and Hornet Drones, and even then it's not like amazing. Like, most of the time you just want to send your Thunder Dragon monsters from your deck to the graveyard. So yeah, that is, it's okay. So yeah, that is some of the spells. Nextly, for the spells, we play 3 Foolish Burial Goods. This Foolish Burial Goods is not supposed to be Foolish Burial Goods. This is supposed to be a gold sarcophagus. However, I thought I had one, and then it turned out I didn't, so I ended up never ordering one, and here we are. So yeah, three Foolish Burial Goods. It's realistically supposed to be a gold sark and 2 Foolish Burial Goods. So when I was playtesting online, Gold Sark came in absolute clutch, because it had, like, you can banish your Roar from your deck to special summon Dark, and then you can with that, like, that's really good because A, you have 2 materials in your graveyard for your Thunder Dragon Fusion to Special Titan, and then B, it's really good because it allows you to get materials on your board for your Link summoning, so like IP Masquerade and that kind of stuff. And Foolish Burial Goods, or no, not Foolish Burial Goods. Gold Sarcophagus is absolutely incredible in the deck. And then the two Foolish Burial Goods, these are really good because they can send your Sky Striker spells to the graveyard, but they can also send your Thunder Dragon Fusion to the graveyard, and you can banish that Thunder Dragon Fusion to add a Thunder Dragon monster from your deck to your hand. Most of the time it's going to be Roar, because then Roar allows you to add back your Thunder Dragon Fusion, and then you have your full combo, especially if you already have Thunder Dragon in your hand, because that way that you have like all of the materials for Titan, and it's really, really good. Foolish Burial Goods is absolutely incredible in the deck. And for the last main deck card, we play 3 Super Poly, because this card's nuts. 3 Super Poly and 3 evenly matched is what I was going for, but of course that ended up not happening. So Super Polymerization is still like really, really amazing. There's so many matchups that I shouldn't have won that I just like won because of this card. It's stupid and it's ridiculous, and it's absolutely necessary in the deck, and it's incredible. So yeah, that is it for the spells. So a typical board that you would want to have up would just be IP Masquerena, along with one of your Titan, and a few set back rows. So say you had like, I don't know, particularly when you talk about set back row, you particularly want to have one of these 3 spells. Yeah, one of these 3. So like, what you do, this is a really nice play. If you have any Thunder Dragon monsters in your hand, you activate that. So like if you have Dark in your hand, activate it during your opponent's turn, and then chain the Titan. Titan will pop cards during your opponent's turn, and then after you've used their effect, you can activate IP Masquerena to link both of these away to the graveyard. Sorry about that. To make your unicorn. And so this will allow you to spin out one of your opponent's cards. So that's 2, potentially 3 disruptions, because your Dark could like chain block or something like that if your opponent's using wind effects. And then you have 3 spells, or like you have however many spells that you ended up setting. Do be wary about what sets that you're setting though. You don't want to set like 5 spells, because if you do, your opponent will probably like, your opponent is gonna like, I don't know, do something to get rid of them, and then you just don't get any advantage off of them. And yeah, so yeah, that is one of the things that you can do. Another one of your main strategies, it involves these 3 cards. So it doesn't really matter where these 3 are, as long as you have 2 of them in your hand, and there you have either of these 2 in your hand. You have to have either of these 2 in your hand, and this can be in the graveyard. But it okay, I'm explaining this weird. Any of these 3 cards can be in your hand or in the graveyard, but except these 2. One of these 2 has to be in your hand for this to work. So what you're going to do, say we have Fusion in the graveyard, we're going to go ahead and activate the Thunder Dragon, and then we are going to search the second one, activate its effect, search again, you know the drill. And then you have all 3 materials for the Fusion summon, saying that you didn't activate Roar this turn. Discard the Roar, add back your Fusion effects, shuffle these 3 back into the deck. I'm just going to put them for here right now. Special Titan, have this card in the graveyard. And then if you have like, if your opponent removes it, or you activate IP on it, or like you link it away or something like that, and this card is in the graveyard on the next turn, what you can do is you can banish the Thunder Dragon Fusion to add back your Roar. You can discard the Thunder Dragon and add any number of your Thunder Dragons from your deck to your hand. It can be 1, it can be 2, it doesn't really matter. If you have like Super Poly in your hand and you're going to want to add 2, whatever, really, we'll just put it in here like this. It really realistically doesn't really matter. Discard this, add back the Fusion, and then you have 4 materials for your Fusion, and this is where it gets kind of wonky. You have to put your Titan back in the extra deck, because this card is essential for like looping Titan, basically. You have to, so because you're playing 2 Roar, you could just put these 3 cards in your deck, which is, that's fine. And then you get 2 pops on your opponent on your turn as well for 3 turns now. You could also put this back into the deck. But every 2 turns, at the very minimum, every 2 turns you have to put at least 1 of your Roars back into the deck, so that you can keep discarding, so that you can keep adding it off of Fusion and then discarding it to add back Fusion. So yeah, that is kind of a combo. don't really know what that would be called, but yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe, and comment down below. Do you guys think this is a good deck? Did you guys enjoy it? What do you think it could be improved upon? And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Peace.